to Adventure Rot, a channel dedicated to role-playing games, Magic the Gathering, and just video games, where we kind of just explore what we like to do and create adventure however we can. In this video, I'm going to be opening up the Wizards of the Coast D&D Dungeon Tiles Reincarnated tile set. This was recently gifted to me, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to opening it up and seeing what we can do. So the goal is, I'm just going to open this up. We're going to take a look at the tiles, and I think I'm going to throw together a little dungeon, and we're going to explore it. Maybe create a little story behind it, what the dungeon was created for, who lives in it, and what's going on. Okay, so here it is. It came in that little sleeve here. Looks like my box had a little water damage during when it was packed up. It comes in a little sleeve. It's a cool box. It has like, you got squares on top. Looks like you can use that somehow. Let's see if we can get it open. Oh, maybe. There we go. Sweet. Alright, more plastic. Nice. Okay. We'll start with this side. See if we can get this open. Come on, baby. Yeah, so a couple years ago, Wizards of the Coast put these out as a way for players to be more tactical when running Dungeons & Dragons combat. These tiles can be used with really anything, miniatures, tokens, all of the ways to help facilitate combat scenarios and encounters. So I'm just going to go, since they're double-sided, it looks like, yeah, we're just going to go like this. So this one looks like we have a couple hallways, a large door, smaller doors, a little square with like ice shards, or maybe it's like a cloud of daggers on one little square. On the reverse side, that's cool. On the reverse side, I don't know if you can see, but we have those doors, they're shut. So you can have them, open or shut. We have like a little crevice here, a pit, looks like a gate almost, a little altar with angel or a large sculpted bird, stairs. We have some supplies, crates and barrels and whatnot, and it looks like a little library with bookshelves. That's cool. This one, oh, first off the bat, like this immediately caught my eye, the little mage circle right there. I got a couple statues in the corner. These ones with these black dots, they could be pillars. We have some sort of like sacrificial altar or statue there. We got like blood and almost like gore all around the statue. Looks like many a thing either died or maybe were sacrificed to that idol. Oh cool, we got some stairs, some curved stairs going around. We got this blue fountain, red fountain, it could be blood. Yeah, it looks like a hand holding up a bowl or chalice of blood. We got more, what looks to be pillars, but they're like wreathed in lightning. That's cool. A large staircase and a purple cloud, or it could be like fungus or something. I'm gonna say that's like a purple poison cloud almost. Also, there's a strip of darkness. Yeah, on the reverse side of this one, it's a little strip of darkness. That's cool. This one's super basic. We got some open rooms, a large hallway. It's a couple 4x4 squares and 2x4 rectangles, all basic dungeon tile. Ooh, okay. We got some bed chambers with a couple rugs. Each of these beds has like 8 beds. Each has a foot locker. Spiral staircase. Ooh, what's this? Oh, cool. This is like an elevated surface, and you see these little portholes here. This could be like arrow slits, like, or firing holes for archers to shoot down or out into a separate room. Got some crumbled pillars here and a little pool of water. That's cool. This one, oh, okay. Looks like these tiles you can like they're corners of a circular room with stairs going around them. That's cool. These could be lights or maybe windows. That's awesome. Yeah. And then we have a little curved door here. That's cool. I don't know what that. Oh, that could be an elevator. Top of like an elevator shaft. Or you could even say that's like a little trap door. Have another long bookcase. More curved hallways that go along with that. Ooh, a little study with the books and scrolls scattered everywhere. A large pit going down, like it's like the elevator shaft, I guess. Very cool. Yeah, it's definitely like a pulley system right there. Awesome. Oh, pop right out. We'll do that later. Another circular chamber. That's cool. These are metal stairs going down. It could be part of, you could say it's part of that shaft or elevator shaft. Another door that sort of connects to a circular room. You got wooden stairs, straight wooden stairs. And the reverse side. Pretty cool. The next one looks almost to be exactly the same. Yeah. So these stairs are cut short and almost have like a landing. That's pretty cool. Very cool. Okay, on this one, almost the same thing, but instead of stairs, we get this this runic circle, almost like a summoning circle. Ooh, a 2x4 tile with some runes on there. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Ooh, on the reverse side of that summoning circle, we got red, so like maybe it's activated or something's coming through the portal. Very cool. Okay, we got some almost like diagonal hallway pieces. In case you want to branch 2 rooms in that manner. Oh, cool. What is this? It's a it's like a pool of water, and there's you can almost make out rocks, or you can almost imagine bones or bodies at the bottom of the pool. Oh, this is another cool one. Looks like almost like lava or magma, kind of just sitting in there. And another, oh, it's almost like a secret room. It's like it opens up, it goes diagonally into another part of the corridor. Very cool. Long hallway with 2 pillars, or you can even say those are like pits. I'm going to say they're pillars though, with some bones scattered around. Oh, looks like we're getting into the Underdark here. These aren't no longer like dungeon spaces, but now Underdark spaces, like natural caves and caverns and tunnels. Very cool. More options there on the reverse side. Same here, except this little tile has a little pool of water. That's cool. More curved and winding tunnels. Oh, these ones are smaller. They're more intricate to help almost like flesh out the spaces that need it. Very cool. These are long hallways, definitely with like branches. And the reverse side of these small ones have some more details added to them. Like here's a little pool of water. Here's a pile of stones. Here's a little, almost like shelf of mushrooms, some fungi. Here's a pile of, looks like just like rot, or it can be more fungus or slime of some sort. Another outcropping of rock. Okay, now we got some water features for our caverns. It's pretty cool. They just connect right to these. Yeah. Really cool is the waterfall. That's awesome. more of the same, even a larger chamber if you want to make it so, and some like rock shelves going down, almost like a staircase. Very cool. Oh, this is almost like a structure, or like maybe like an entrance to a temple in the Underdark. Kind of go up into the dungeon from the caverns, or from the dungeon to the caverns. That's cool. Got a little brazier there. A little pit of magma. Just a bottomless pit right there. A little nest of eggs. That's cool. Some barrels. On the flip side, we have more mushrooms, a pool of water, some rocky gravel rubble right there. We have, yeah, just more winding hallways, a lot of options to branch out of. Here we have, some more entrances to and from the Underdark. It sort of connects the dungeon to the Underdark. I really appreciate that. Very cool. On the reverse side, we got a little campsite. Look at that. It has a little rug there. With these open spaces, very cool. There's some like piles of supplies and bones, some cobwebs. Like another bearskin rug right there with some more bones. Looks like somebody's camping there and having a meal. Oh, this looks very similar. We have more tiles that lead to and from dungeon spaces to Underdark spaces. We have more cobwebs kind of stuck in the corners, like nobody's been there for a while. Oh yeah, these are definitely like lair tiles. Yeah, look at that. There's skeletons, almost like full skeletons lying on the ground. There's gravel and little fungal spots. Yeah, if you were to put all this together, you'd have a cool little boss room. And it looks like our last one is we have more options and decorations. We have more bones, more ways to lead to and from the Underdark. We have a couple pits, yeah, with like even like bones on the sides. That's cool. And we got cobweb corners. Very cool, very cool. Okay, on the reverse side of that, we have some fungal shelf. We have some rubble, more fungal corners, more mushrooms. Oh, that's not a mushroom. What is that? Oh, cool. It's a little cauldron over a fire. And more gravel and a mushroom square. Very cool. All right, now what I'm going to do is pop all these out and see if I can create a quick dungeon, and I'll walk you through what I come up with. I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of cool things that we can do. All right, let's do it. Okay, after a bunch of minutes, kind of popping out tiles and making a mess and shifting things all over the place, I have come up with a nifty little dungeon. I still have a bunch of pieces left over. I have limited space on this table, so I had to keep it small. But let me walk you through real quick what I came up with. For whatever purpose, the players are going to start here in this like half circle of a hall. It's sort of like a library. My thought was maybe it's a storefront or part of a room in a wizard tower or some homestead. Anyways, they have a library here and some storage, and that's pretty cool because maybe there's a guardian of the knowledge that they have to fight or bargain with or whatever. But
If they go back to this bookcase here, they classic, pull the certain book and it'll swing. Maybe the bookcase will swing open, revealing a set of stairs, and the stairs lead down to this room. And this room has this altar here. Maybe the altar isn't lit up when they first find it, but has a pool of water. And maybe there's a riddle that they have to accomplish, or maybe there's something in the water that they have to find for whatever reason or purpose. If they complete the riddle or figure out the puzzle, the altar will light up, and this hidden door in the corner will open. Okay, and when that opens, it stretches down into a hallway with a spiral staircase at the end. But they got to be careful because the hallway also has a pit trap in there. Of course, we got to add traps to this dungeon. So going down the spiral staircase will lead out here, and this is where the fun begins. We actually have the dungeon portion of the map. Here we go, the natural cavern. So they go through the hall, down the spiral staircase, and they end up here. From this spiral staircase, it leads out to the natural caverns, and they have a couple ways to choose. It branches out. It goes, if they go to the right, it comes to a set of stone stairs here, and with a door at the top. And there'll be like two chalices, and you could say that, left and right, and they're both empty. And the only way for this door to open is for both of these to be filled with the correct liquid. Looks like one's water and one's blood or fire, or who knows. But the players will have to figure that out. So as they're, kind of wandering around trying to figure out what to do, they could get attacked by kobolds or goblins or some other kind of creature, and those creatures will lead them back to their campsite because they're like living down here in the caves, just chilling, being, a monster tribe, and maybe, fighting the monsters or negotiating with them will give them clues on how to open the door. Maybe the monsters have done it before, but they know what's inside and they don't want to go in there, so they keep it locked up. And then over here in this corner, I used cobwebs to disguise a hidden entrance to this tunnel here. So a very perceptive player or character might find that the cobwebs are unusually thick, and if they cut through them, it leads to a opening to another part of the dungeon. And that hallway leads to a fungal infested little cave here with, cobwebs and a lot of mushrooms. And maybe they can fight a large spider, or I put almost all the mushroom tiles in here. So maybe it's a fungal spider that has spore attacks. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. But maybe in the past, the spider was able to capture a fallen hero, another adventurer, and maybe that adventurer has some sort of special amulet or weapon that can help the players later on. Either way, if they defeat the monster in here and collect the treasure, they can move on. Maybe even there's another hint of how to open this door. And if they find the hints, they fill this one with water over here, and maybe they get blood from, maybe they cut themselves, or they use blood from their fallen monsters, the door will open. And inside this chamber, I put those cool pillars there. There's bones, so it's really cool. Obviously you should play your boss music here. I put the lava triangle and the water triangle. It just looked cool, so I decided to make this the boss room. There's this idol statue here of some demon frog thing, and I thought, oh, well, what if there was a cult or something that used to worship this idol, and obviously this blood stained from ancient sacrifices, and maybe this idol comes awake every now and then, goes on a rampage killing these monsters, or who knows, it's just an ancient spirit, ancient evil spirit that maybe these players were looking for, or who knows. But they can go in and immediately step in the room, the spirit summons who knows what it is. It could be anything. Players fight it, they win, opens up a cache of treasure underneath the pedestal. And yeah, so quick, easy, well, maybe not easy, Took a little bit of thought, but you know, you throw down one tile and you got a whole bunch more, kind of just toss them all together, and before you know it, you have a dungeon. There's so many tiles that I didn't use with this build. A lot of the big circular tiles that I just didn't have room for. But maybe in future builds, we can include them, make different dungeons. There's so many combinations. Like I had a fun time just figuring out what I wanted to do and what makes sense, you know. I really try to make these little hallways try to work with each other. But yeah, so short, easy dungeon. If you guys like this, let me know. If you guys want me to do another one, I'd be more than happy to. I probably will, even if you don't. Yeah, give me some feedback in the comments, and stay tuned for more. All right, this is Adventure Rot. Cheers.